Alright, what's up you guys? This is the video that I promised on how to make your Qled look almost as identical as Oled. And like I said in a previous video, that this is the best I can do to make it as close as possible. But just remember, Oled is always going to be deep black levels, okay? So Qleds are amazing at how they make these dark levels, the black levels, inky. So let's get started, shall we? So as you can see, you still got the quantum dots, right? But if you look on the top, the blacks are pretty black to me. So that's exactly what I worked hard for to get it to that point. So what you do is, I want to show you everything, okay? Let's start with the picture. All right, this is game mode, by the way. Most important, okay, when you start, these are the settings. So if you got a pen and paper, if not, just record it, write them down. Backlight always stays at 40, and the reason why is I don't want to overshadow the detail, and it actually makes it more immersive for gaming. You know, when you're playing a scary horror game and you need those dark settings, you need to feel like claustrophobic where you can't see everything, okay? Not everything has to be super bright. It's bright enough TV as it is, but man, you want to preserve your eyes. You don't want that backlight to be on 50 all the time. It's bad. It's really bad. Okay, now go to brightness is -4. Always stays at -4. That's just the way this TV is. -4, you don't see any kind of blooming or any extra patchy fog clouds because of the brightness being so high. Contrast, 49, okay? So contrast is at 49. Sharpness is at 8. Keep the sharpness at 8. Because if you look, it looks pretty sharp, but not enough to sever through the clearness of the images. There's still a balance between sharpness and regular suitable content that you see on the screen. Color, 25. You don't need to raise that up. They're quantum dots. You're talking millions of colors on the screen, or billions. I don't know how many, but it's enough. You don't need to add more color. You don't want to oversaturate it. Tint stays at 0. Keep that at 0. As you scroll down, local dimming stays at high. Contrast enhancer, keep that at low. Okay. Color tone, standard. White balance, always at -6 R gain, -2 B gain. The rest stays at the zeros. Okay? So far, this is on game mode, but not activated on the game itself. So when you have that activated on the game itself, I believe it's going to be 2084, but right now, since it's off game mode, it's at BT 1886. Don't worry too much about that. -2. So it's either going to be -2 for 1886 or -2 for 2084. All right? This is the key right here, okay? This is where the calibration that was done, this is where the colors were changed around. This is the part that you guys need to know for the accurate OLED replication. Are you ready? Here's the settings right here. Native, always keep it at native. When you go to red, red stays at red. Color adjustment point, it's 100% adjusted. Red is at 22, green is at 18, blue is at 6. That's it. You get those 3 set at that, you're going to be seeing some pretty colors on your TV screen, okay? So again, red is 22, green is 18, and blue is 6. And for the color setting, keep that at red. Okay? Now, that's it for that. That's the first time I ever showed you guys that. That's very important. Now, this is important, the next step, okay? You go into sound. I highly recommend for sound, you use PCM, because PCM is a form of lossless audio, so you don't lose any audio. Bitstream is good. It's high impact, you know, movie screen, but if you don't have the right equipment to pass that through, you'll find a lot of missing sound effects. So Bitstream is there for high-end connections. I keep it at PCM, and I'm perfectly happy with PCM. Audio delay stays at 70, because if you go any higher, it's not going to match the dialogue of someone speaking, or if sound effects going off, it won't match. So sound feedback, keep that at low. And that is the sound when you're clicking your remote. I just keep it at low. Alright, you ready for this one? Go into System Device Manager, okay? When you go into System Device Manager, go into Game Mode Settings. Make sure FreeSync's on Ultimate and Game Mode is on when you're gaming. Now if you look, my Game Motion Plus, it stays off. Whether the game mode is on or off, I keep the Game Motion Plus off. Why? Because if you want an accurate OLED reproduction that's very, very close, you don't want blur, you don't want judder on your screen, because that's going to tamper the color stabilization. It's not going to be solid. There's always going to be that little fuzziness, and then you're going to say to yourself, is that really the way it's supposed to be? No, turn all that off. You don't need it. Okay? You got the console to do all the stuff on the console. Now, when you go to HDMI, UHD color, you want to keep all those on, because that's going to give you the best HD possible elite premium color representation. Here's the key right here, okay? Now, when you first get this TV, it's set to auto, okay? But auto is not the same as low. It is not the same as normal. What it's doing is it's actually taking your game system's auto and turning it into what the game is going to produce. And what that does is it actually backsides the thought process of the TV, making it not accurate. If you notice, ever since I changed the color, it's more accurate. So I keep it at low. If you go to normal, you're going to have more brightness, but you're not going to have those dark black colors anymore. Okay, if you go to auto, you're not, the colors are going to be washed out on normal and auto. You go to low, it is a comfortable blend of colors, with the blacks being the way the blacks really should be. I mean, this is where people say, hey, that looks like I wouldn't be able to tell if that was an OLED or not. So I did it, and that's really it. So let me go back to that setting. Shuts off after a while, huh? That's the first. So I think I was at, yeah, okay. Black level, keep it at low. Most important, keep that at low, okay? Go down to Eco Solution. Shut that all off, because every time you have any little, even one segment, one decimal, 1 or 2, you're always going to have your screen shift and change in brightness. It's not going to be accurate. Shut that all off and drink the bitter medicine. Pay the electric bill, which is going to be a little bit more, because let's face it, you're shutting off the power save mode. But you got a QLED for a reason. You want to have all the eye-popping experiences. There you have it. Okay? Now we're going to go into the PlayStation settings. And this is important because you need to see how the PlayStation settings are set up. So if you're following with me, this is very, very easy. This isn't something that's very difficult, okay? So we go into, that's what I like about this QLED, is I can use my remote. I don't have to use my controller to look at my settings. That's amazing. So let's go video output, okay? This is the final resolution. Remember, I configured the RGB, and James, the calibrator, did the calibration, so I know how everything works now. He was peculiar on RGB because he knows that's where the accuracy is. So for my PlayStation, I decided to make the resolution 2160p RGB. Okay, now I left this at full. It says change this only when you use an HDMI device that does not send RGB range information correctly. So this is why I changed it, because I want the TV to give me the most accurate reproduction of the RGB colors. Remember, those greens, the blues, and the reds have been set to 3 different numbers. So this has to replicate RGB. It can't be auto because you're not getting a fully calibrated result. You're getting 2 different worlds that are trying to collide, and this is why in the beginning the colors were great, don't get me wrong, but they were also mishmashed together. So there was times I was looking at the colors and I'm saying to myself, you know, I know these colors could look more accurate, and I finally got that to work. Okay, so keep that at full. HDR automatic. You already know the video where I made to how do you adjust your HDR. Okay, it's very easy. And the deep color output, keep that at automatic, because that's part of your HDR. That is part of all the RGB colors. If you shut that off, you're not going to get the colors that you're expecting. Okay, so when you click down here, if you notice, RGB is the color format. 3840, 2160 at 60 hertz. The HDCP used to be a 2.2. Now, because of this change, is 2.3. So you're getting more benefit to the TV from the 2.3 than the 2.2, okay? And that's really it, guys. So if you follow this video and you try it out on your TV, and give me some comments about what you think, how you like it, you know, and just like the video, subscribe. You know, when you hit the like button, it actually makes the video become more normalized, where YouTube will actually take the video and circulate it. And there's a lot of people in this world that are looking for a video like this. So you guys are a wonderful community. I am just asking for your help when it comes to the like button, because that's something that really keeps me on the right focus, knowing that, hey, my content is really helping people out and they're truly happy. And I really appreciate all you guys. I appreciate all the new subscribers, and I just want to be there to make your lives happier, game better, and just enjoy the color and sound, because that's what I really like. I can't play a video game with inaccurate color. I can't play a video game with unprofessional sound. I have to have all the bells and whistles. I have to feel like I am maxed out, okay? And that's really it, guys. So you have all the information right here. This is a full calibration video on top of RGB specialized settings for your OLED experience. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you guys on the next videos.